Hi there, this is Love Johar. Welcome to this channel. In this video, we will try to understand how we use the EC2 service. How can we create virtual machines using EC2 service? Why EC2 service is used, and how can you create the servers within minutes. You can create Linux servers, you can create Windows servers, you can create any type of servers using the EC2 service. So it is the core service, one of the core services of AWS. It is very important if you are trying to learn about AWS to understand about this service. So without any further ado, let me get started. So, as I was saying, today we will see how exactly this EC2 service works, and I have shared a demo over here so that you can see the live, build of all the virtual machines in action. So you simply have to click on the you have to log in on AWS. You must have a free account. So AWS provides a free account. If you have not seen my previous videos, I would highly encourage you to do that, where I show you how all this happens and how AWS works. So in this service, as you can see, I am in Ec2 Dashboard now. So EC2 is simply a service. When you will log into AWS, here it shows in order to create virtual servers in the cloud. This is the service that you have to use. One of the core services of AWS. Now this dashboard, what does this means? Okay, and what is the importance of region? As you can see, I am currently working in the Mumbai region. Okay, so this is very important that you select the regions accordingly as per your needs, because all the costs and everything varies as per the regions. Okay, so every service has a different cost. For example, EC2 cost for server in Mumbai for hosting would be different than for Hong Kong, and it would be different than for US East North Virginia. Okay, so you have to keep these things in mind and choose the region wisely for your services. That is the first thing. Now, second thing is what it is showing me in the dashboard. Number of instances running. Since we do not have any instance running at the moment, so that's why it's showing that no instance is running. Okay. How many elastic IPs are there? We will try to understand what is a elastic IP, why it is used in EC2. How many key pairs are there? Key pairs are used for logging into AWS environment. Okay, we will understand how it is done. How many placement groups are there? How many security groups are there? All these are different, you know, categories of dashboard that EC2 is giving you. Okay. Now here, one important thing we will understand: how can we launch instance directly, and what do we mean when we say launch instance from template? These are two different types of you know things. So we will go to detail into that as well. Okay, and you can again migrate your online servers as well. There is a migrate a server option here as well, where you can simply get started with the migration services. Okay, if you have a server already. So also this talks about the service health. Okay, so whether the EC2 service is operating normally or not, it shows you over here. So it shows that service is operating normally. Okay, these are some of the options on the first page itself. Okay, so how do we get started with this page? Okay, so with this page, we simply click on launch instance. So when we click on launch instance, there are different options which we get. Different steps are there. As you can see, number one, it says choose your AMI. Now, what is an AMI, guys? Try to understand this. What is an AMI? So, AMI is Amazon Machine Image. Okay. AMI is nothing but predefined templates, set of templates that Amazon has created for you to choose from. Okay. These are the different AMIs. And depending upon your requirement, for example, if you need Linux, if you need Red Hat, Accordingly, you can choose your servers. If you need Ubuntu, okay, different types of server options are there. You can simply select them from here and you can start your instance. It is very simple process. And you have Windows as well. You have different options. See, you have Windows as well. Okay, different options are there for creating your servers. Now, one option for beginners over here, what I would like to recommend is, before going ahead, just make sure that you click on free tier only, because when you do that, then only the free tier AMIs are available to you. Only the images which are there for free tier will be available, which would not cost you any money. Okay, so that is important. And we will come to this later. What do we mean by my MIs, AWS Marketplace, and community MIs? Okay. So now, for now, let us simply click on free tier eligible Amazon Linux, and this is the one we should go with for now, default. Okay, the first one. So now, when I go ahead, and now it is asking me to choose an instance type. Now, what is an instance type, guys? What are the different instance types which are available? So, Amazon EC2 provides you a wide selection of instances to choose from. Okay. So, what are these instances? These are again virtual servers which can run applications. Different types of instances are there. Some are CPU intensive, some are memory intensive, some are storage intensive, and some will give you a high network capacity. So accordingly, you can choose which instance types will meet your computing needs and which not. Okay, so accordingly you can choose. For example, here you can see the number of virtual CPUs in this case. Okay, for a particular instance is 1, and the number of gigabit of memory is 1. Okay, so this is something if you are beginning your server creation. However, if you are working in a big environment, for a production environment, and you need more number of CPUs and a number of RAM, then you can choose a different instance from here. So these are different family types of instances. As it is saying, this is C5 type of instance. So accordingly you can choose, and the cost will be also variable accordingly. Okay, different costs will be associated with different types of instances. And as you can see, a very high amount of RAM is there, a very high amount of CPU utilization is here. So accordingly the cost will also vary, guys. Keep this in mind while trying this stuff out at home, especially if you are doing for the first time. So keep this in mind. But these are the different options that AWS is providing. For example, in this case also, very high number of CPUs and very high number of RAM is provided here. So as you can see, okay. So these are the all different options that we have, different types of instances, as I was saying. So for this demo, initial purpose only, we will only go with the free tier eligible. So as it says that this is eligible for the free tier, so we will simply go ahead and configure the instance details. Now here it would like you to ask you how many number of instances you would like to create. Okay, if you want to create more than one instance, you can do that from here as well. You can type how many number of instances you want to use. Now different types of purchasing options are there. If you have not seen the previous video, I would like to you to go through that. Different types of spot instances are there. Spot instances are nothing but instances which are open for bidding, and you can get them at a lower cost. These are spot instances. What is the networking option that you have used? For example, whether you would like to go with the default VPC or you want to go with the new VPC creation. So we will go and understand what is a VPC, virtual private cloud, as well. And also you can create your own subnets for isolation between different networks, or you can go with the same default subnet that is provided. Okay. Also there is a setting which says auto assignment of public IP. For example, whether whenever you are creating any machine, whether you want to associate a public IP with that or not, or you want to use that machine only for private networking. That's what it is saying. Different placements groups are there. Placement groups, we will try to understand, is a different concept altogether. Okay. Capacity reservation, whether you want to join to any existing directory service from AWS. If you are associating EC2 service with a role, it is also very important. Okay. All these different things we'll try to understand in the future as well. I'm just browsing through them for now. Shutdown behavior. How would you like to perform the shutdown? How would you like to terminate? Whether you would like to enable CloudWatch or not. So by default, the monitoring which is available in AWS for EC2 service is at every interval of 5 minutes, you will get a snapshot of the monitoring, whatever is happening to your EC2 instance. But if you want to enable, additional monitoring services, then you have to checkbox this, so that after every 1 minute, your monitoring will get updated. Okay. Then coming to the tenancy part, you can have different types of tenancies. Again, this is simply being done in order to make sure that your server is running as per your needs. For example, if there is a server where there is a direct licensing cost associated, then you will try to go for a dedicated instance. Some licensing models work like that. Okay. But for now we will go only with the shared tenancy only. So as you can see, different options are there. Any credit specifications you would like to mention over here, so that if the service utilization goes above that, then you get some alarms. Any shared file systems if you want to use, you can specify them here. Okay. So these are all the different options which are there. Let us see what is there next. So this is the default storage that comes with the AWS instance by default. For Linux, this is 8 GB, and for Windows, this is 30 GB. Guys, this is default which comes with the instance. But now let me say that I need two more storage. So you can simply go ahead, add new volume, and here you can add, you know uh, what is the size for the storage. Let's say you need 2 GB of additional storage. Okay. You can simply add over here. If you need more storage, you can simply add over here. Let's say now you need 200 GB of storage. You can simply add over here, and it will keep on adding. Okay. Also, one more thing to try to understand here is whether you want to delete them on termination or you want to keep the storage, because this is very important. In some cases, people want their storage to go away when the instance is completed and terminated. But if you want to retrieve the data, okay, if you want to keep the data, then you have to uncheck this box. Otherwise, your data will be gone if the box is ticked. Okay, as it is mentioned over here. Now, another important thing is encryption. The drives are not encrypted by default, but if you want, you can encrypt them. Okay. Let's say, for example, I want to encrypt this drive. I can simply go ahead and do that. But by default, they are not encrypted. Okay. If I want, I can encrypt them. These are some of the options that again AWS gives you by default. Now, next is adding tags. What do we mean by tags and why we use the tags? See, a tag is nothing but a way of, you know, recognizing your virtual machines. For example, if I say that this is a prod server, okay, or if I say that the department for this server is production. So these are the different tags. Tags do not cost any money, guys. You can create as many tags as you want. Okay. So, you know, if you want to add more tags, you can again do that. So tags do not cost any money. These are ways to identify the server. Okay. You can add location as well. So different options are there. You can add as many tags as you want. Okay. Now next is configuring the security groups. Now, what is a security group, guys? So security group is nothing but set of firewalls, because these instances need to be protected, guys. You cannot leave these instances, unprotected. So that's why you need firewalls. You need, you need to add rules. For example, if you need to have a web server, if you need to allow any traffic, you have to do this, guys. You have to configure. So by default, it gives you an option of allowing SSH in the machine for Linux machines, and this means any IP. 0.0.0.0/0 means this port is open for any IP, guys. Okay, it shows with a warning as well. It allows all types of IP addresses to remote into your machine. You can add here, you can add RDP over here. For example, if there is a Windows, you can simply add RDP over here, and again you can allow for any or all IP addresses like this. Okay. For source, you can select either custom by entering this, or you can select my IP. For example, this is my IP, so you can select that only I will be able to log into this machine. For anywhere, it means again anybody can log in. Okay. So these are the different options that we have over here. Now on the next window, it will show me all the different selections that I have done in the previous pages so far. What all selections have I made, and accordingly it will, you know launch the instance for me so that I can consume it. So different options, as I've selected T2 micro instance, and here it has instance details. Different security groups are there, which I have selected. Okay, number of instances, different storage, what I have selected. So since we have gone with the default, storage, that's why it's showing only one storage. Different tags, what all tags we have selected. So different options, as you can see, whatever we have chosen in the past, it is showing us in the review instance launch. So now if I click on launch, it will say that I need to select an existing key pair or create a new key pair so that I can launch this instance. Now why these key pairs are important? Now let us understand this. This is again very important concept. So a key pair consists of a public key that AWS stores and a private key that you store locally. Okay. So together with this key pair, you will be able to log in into the machine, right? Without this key pair, you would not be able to log in. So this is why the key pair is important. Okay, you can either choose an existing key pair if you already have it, or you can create a new one. Okay, now I can simply create over here key pair name. I would say test key pair. Okay, and I can download the key pair, and post doing that, it will allow me to launch the instances. Okay, now I can launch the instance from here. What will happen if I click on launch instance? It will simply try to create the Linux instance, and I will be able to consume that for my work purpose. So this is how instances are created, guys. Let me click on launch instance so that you see the whole process. So as you can see, it says like now the instance are launching, and here you can clearly see this is the whole process of creating the EC2 instance. Now we can simply go back here, go back to the view instances. Here you will be able to see that the name prod server which I gave, it's here, and the instance status is pending. It is pending for launching, and now it is running. That means the instance is live. Okay, we do not have any alarms yet, and the availability zone is Asia Pacific because we are in the Mumbai region. So availability zone is Asia Pacific South 1B. This is the public address that has been given to the machine. Okay. Monitoring has not been enabled. Monitoring has been disabled. What is the test key pair? The name which I gave to the key pair. So these are the different options that you get when you launch the instance. And you can now remote into this instance using this public IP which is mentioned over here. You can do that, or you can simply click on the connect button. So if I simply click on the connect button, it takes me to this window where I have this IP address. I can simply click on connect, and once I click on connect, I have this window which is opened up. Okay, so this window which has opened up now, let me share that. Hang on. So once I have clicked on connect, there is a separate window that has opened up. I hope you can see the screen now. So this, as you can see, is the server that has been created now. If I click on ls or pwd, it should show me what is the present working directory which I am working on. Okay. So as you can see, we have the server live and running. So this is how you create the Linux server from scratch on AWS, guys. This is how it is done. Okay. So just wanted to make sure that you understand the whole process. So we have done the whole process here in this video, and I'm sure you must be able to, understand it in detail. If you have any questions, if you want to, ask any more questions, any comments, if you have, feel free to add in the comment section. I would be more than happy to respond back. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Thank you. Bye bye.